Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Citizens of Earth.
In the last episode, we were sure doing something, and in this episode, we're doing this now.
We're continuing on with the hippie camp.
So, what can I do for you today, my
When I see an opportunity, I seize it by the horns, and when I see these people, I see nothing but horns ripe for the seizing.
Oh, don't
Clearly,
say that.
They are all in need of new cars.
That's what the hippies will want.
This right here is a optional mission. I think she wants you to go to the graveyard.
We should make up stereotypes about hippies, like not actually applying ones, like, oh, hippies, they always eat fish sticks.
Eat fish sticks.
Let's just, like, get rid of all the bad stereotypes and put in, like, new ones.
In my universe, you know how all the characters in my universe are animals?
Yeah.
I actually play into that a little bit, because, like, the animals have stereotypes to them. There's this one scene where, like, you're talking with this horse guy, and he goes, it may be a stereotype, but I f***ing love apples. Like, it's...
And that is good writing. In one of my stories, the people are all, like, they're all based off of different kinds of bats, and there's stereotypes of all of them.
It's happy hour.
It's happy hour.
Because I like the weird parts of world building, and one of those is, what are the stereotypes of the people in your world?
Oh my god. Fictional slurs can be fun, too. Like, it's... Like, muggle. That's the one everyone goes. That's the one everyone uses as an example. Crazy stuff going on. I'm gonna point my finger at the man with the pills. Whoa, that's profiling. I had nothing to do with this.
We were just talking about stereotypes.
I love that line. Nope, that's profiling. We need a guinea pig. Hey, why don't you take the strange pill in the house? No strings attached.
And then immediately after that, you get attacked by this groovy gal.
So those of you who don't remember what the strange pill does, I think that like puts confusion on the opponent. So, you know, as all strange pills do.
Don't eat strange pills off the street, guys.
Blank canvas. I think that clears all of the status ailments from an opponent.
What a party of people. Man, isn't the journey we made about the friends we made?
All 37 of them.
You started your friendship cult. Do these guys do movie nights? And if so,
I love that one of the waifu's attack quotes is, "Don't worry, I'll help you," and then she punches the opponent.
Gentle persuasion.
Gentle. She has a move called Bear Hug, I think. It
Beautiful.
can paralyze.
Beautiful.
Sunny from Lisa also has that move.
And I'm just gonna say so does Scorpia from the new She-Ra.
I think this game and Lisa came out the same year.
Cinematic parallels. Guys,
Lisa is technically post-apocalyptic. It might as well be.
so you're saying that this game takes place before Lisa, and this is also in the Painful series.
But then where does Citizens of Space fit in? Because that takes place after this too.
You see, it's a Pokemon remake situation where it takes place in an alternate universe.
All right, here's the hippie guru, by the way.
Same bad vibes in you that have entered
This
everyone
game invented
else.
the vibe check.
Oh my god.
Hey man, your friends are the most violent hippies I've ever seen. They kind of fail at the very concept of being a hippie. Hey, they struck first.
This path of reasoning is alluring but flawed. I'm sorry, Star Brother, but this is for your own good.
Oh, and I was trying to say, then he immediately kills you.
Oh no, he got us!
No! Why are you on the moon?
Now they...
Oh wait, no, I thought they were craters, but it was a bone.
I like to think we're on the moon now. This can be a very difficult fight if you come here early. I like to consider this like kind of a I'm about to say vibe check, but like kind of like a level check. Like, are you good at this point in the game? Because if you can beat this guy, you should be good for like the next few areas. This is a fight that's either going to be extremely easy or extremely difficult. Like, I remember when I first played this, I was kind of beelining through the plot stuff, and it took me like 5 tries to do this.
Adventure.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult fight. He is weak to water and physical, though. So, Lifeguard is actually a really good choice here, because she has both. Yeah, see, look at that.
Watch out.
What even was that?
He prepares to walk the path of happiness, which I think means he's charging up for a super move next turn.
Oh god, he's gonna hyper beam you, ain't he? You're his final boss.
Also, in this battle, I try to do some strategies with the artist and the lifeguard. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh no, you killed him!
That would have been a very strong move. Yeah, so what I did was I once again used the bartender's like really weird like status effects to give three attack ups to the lifeguard, and then I had the artist copy them because he can do that. That's kind of what I meant when I said he can mess with status ailments. Calligraphy brush.
Forgiving art.
I forgot what that did.
Tell my star children that I love them.
You are dying, and we aren't here to fight you.
So you say, and yet you just fought me.
But you struck first.
Sure, we saw it.
Whoa. It seems I did not escape the same fate as the rest of my camp.
There we go. Now we're getting there. Tell us more about that. What exactly happened here?
It all started during one of our nightly drum circles. We saw an alien spacecraft overhead.
Oh boy, we're in for a treat. I can tell. Can you skip the visions and focus on the stuff that actually happened?
Oh god.
As I said, a spacecraft soared above us in the night.
And did it say moonbugs on it?
It did. We assume they come from the moon, naturally.
So they're a coffee franchise. What they do with Moonbucks in the sequel is kind of hilarious.
Oh no.
The Moonbucks is now basically just space Starbucks. It's everywhere. Once again, there's a barista that can join your party, but I don't like the barista in the sequel.
Please do not tell the others.
Also, you go to the moon in the sequel too,
As you should.
and it's all Western.
And no, you go to the moon and you find a mysterious abandoned castle, and then on like a broken pillar is like a small fairy woman. Yes, this is a Sailor Moon reference. Welcome to my life now.
No, instead you find an abandoned observatory with like one of my favorite party members in it.
So it's Megamind.
The sequel is weird. Like,
Do you remember the movie Megamind?
Its vibes stopped being so positive.
what was Megamind about? And then
It's actually I actually rewatched it recently. It still really holds up. It's really good. It's like it follows the villain, and
that sounds interesting.
and it's about him finally doing his goals and taking over the city. And then he's like, I have no purpose if I don't have a hero to beat.
So he makes a hero.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of good things about that particular movie. Is that like the best Illumination movie?
No, Megamind is DreamWorks.
Oh, that's DreamWorks.
You're probably thinking about Despicable Me, which is
Am I?
Illumination.
I don't know.
That's where the Minions came from.
Something about Illumination's art style kind of pisses me off, but whatever.
Well, from looking at it, it's like a really simple CGI, which can work.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's all like, okay, whatever. With like
I feel like if you're gonna keep character designs that simple, you might as well do traditional animation.
well, simplicity in 3D animation is a good thing too.
Yeah, yeah. But like, you don't have to draw it each time. You just have to render it each time. You might as well take advantage of that.
Yeah, but that's what they want. They want Illumination wants a like low cost, like high income, like
Yeah.
Blumhouse does.
Yeah.
Except with Blumhouse, they make horror movies, which are
When I get to my Has-Been Hotel video, I'm actually planning to spend a section on how to optimize character designs for particular styles of animation, and how Has-Been really doesn't do this, because something as simple as like the head shape is like a U.S. state. Like, they have weird head shapes,
yeah, that's
body
something
shapes.
I hear a lot about.
They all have like wings and like creepy like fourth limbs and stuff, like 6 limbs and stuff. Like, it's
And Has-Been does have like beautiful animation, especially for what it is. But I feel like Vivzi's style more complements webcomics, which she did start out doing.
honestly, it's a style that feels like it'd be more in place in like an RPG Maker game or something.
Yeah. With all the extra bits on a lot of the Has-Been characters, it seems like it should be done in Flash instead of being hand-drawn. And Flash can do beautiful things. Like, I've seen, like, Wakfu. Like, Flash can be an
That's the
absolutely...
second time you've mentioned that in this playthrough. I need to look into that, see what that is.
I love Wakfu. It's one of my favorite shows. But, like, But then some shows can't, like, take advantage of the medium
Peace
they're
and
given.
love.
Hell yeah.
So we kind of skipped over that whole cutscene. So there are 3 instances of bad juju in the world, and that's how he words it. And they were at Camp Cuckoo, south of the hometown, and the like tropical island we were in for like 2 seconds.
Fun.
So now we need to go there and see what's going on. Now this is another pretty open world part of the... Chapter 4 is like really open world because you can do these in any order you want, which is really cool. And I think we are going to do the Camp Cuckoo one first.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Time to venture forth. What is his,
I don't know what that says.
It looks like who's that, blonde guy from the Street Fighter.
Guile?
Guile,
Even
yes.
I know that. I'm not really a Street Fighter fan. I remember I liked playing as Dawson when I played the game a while ago, but I like stretchy people in those types of games.
Okay. So you're gonna love playing as William Zappelli in my JoJo game.
This is another police mission.
Oh god, it is a creepypasta. Oh no!
It's a recolor of yourself.
Oh no, it's abandoned by Disney. It's gonna start out being really good, but by the last 4 paragraphs it just gets really bad.
This is like when you equip the negative die to yourself in Terraria. Like, there is a very particular reason why I put my, like, the best party in my opinion in. Oh, yeah, I also want to check with the calligraphy brush. His attacks become water elemented, which is kind of cool. My evil twin has finally arrived. The Jester. Say, you look just like me, only on days I just really stopped caring about how I look.
He's
You may be
like
the
the
vice
Joker.
president. I am the president of Vice. That's catchy. I'm learning so much about the dream world's politics. I've been tormenting citizens' dreams in hopes that you'd eventually show up. Now I'm going to bonk you in the head and take your place in the real world. Would you believe me if I told you this is the super boss of the game?
Oh god. He's kind of like the Joker, but I realize...
Which is why I put the broken party member in, because we are a little underleveled for this, but god dang it, I'm gonna find a way to do it.
We live in a society.
Why are you looking up pictures of the Joker?
Because that's what his coloration is. A purple suit and green hair.
Oh, so his gimmick, he has a normal attack. He has that, you know that spasm move the scientist has?
Yeah.
He has that, and he can use it on your own party members, have them attack each other.
Oh god.
And he can also summon other bosses. This is the Shadow Bear we fought, like, in the Wellspring Desert, I think.
It makes a cool silhouette, but it's partially see-through. Yeah.
Why are you bringing up a picture of the Joker?
Have you ever seen the Joker from the Batman series from 2004?
Which one is the 2004? There are so many Batman series.
It's a cartoon one. And honestly...
Is it Brave and the Bold? All my friends keep talking about that.
It's not the Brave and the Bold. This is,
heck?
This is the best Joker design, and no one could change my opinion on that.
Oh my god.
Look at how cool he looks.
That's so funny.
The Batman is such a quality series, but I didn't like the last season that much because they kept on focusing on the Justice League and the Justice League, and I'm like, I watched the Batman because I wanted to hear about the Batman.
You know, I'm not really a comic book guy, but one thing I have always loved about the Joker is that, like, every iteration of him is, like, based off of a different type of evil. This is the same reason why I like Team Rocket. Like, in the first one, in, like, 60s Batman, he's, like, a mob leader. In the modern Batman, he's like, you know, shooter kind of evil.
No, in the modern Batman, he's a crazy man who cut his face off. That
like,
happens.
even the Suicide one does something interesting with him. I don't know. Like, I really like how every style of Joker is like a different type of villain.
Which I find interesting, which is why I'm always for... I don't
different interpretations,
Yeah.
which is why superheroes should be public domain. Just saying, I don't know.
That's why I always hate the idea that, like, reboots and remakes are, like, bad. I'm always against that, because, like, totally bad ones do exist, but, like, I've recently, I think I said this in, like, a previous episode, but I went to watch, like, every single adaptation of Treasure Island, because I don't know, and, like, some of them interpret the characters, like, really differently, and it's really interesting.
You should, do a video on all of them.
I wrote a blog post on Amino, because I have Amino, because I'm garbage. I do want to make a video on them. I want to talk about a lot of the really good ones. One of the best ones I found was a Russian one from the 80s. That was really good. And only because they'd interrupt the story so people dressed as live-action pirates could sing you a song. And it was so good. It's so good, guys. I actually posted, I guess, a Treasure Island anime meme on my Twitter, like, today.
So so this fight here, I basically did, as I called it, I Al-Gored the fight, by basically just whittling it down with poison. I've explained what that strategy is and where that term came from, so go back and watch that if you don't. It was against the Shadow Bear I first explained that. Like,
Gotta wait it out.
yep, we gotta Al-Gore the fight. I'm using that term more commonly in my Let's Plays now.
You want it to become like more of an official term?
I want that to be an official term for when you defeat a boss solely with poison damage. And then no one's gonna know like what it's a reference to. They just know, hey, it's the Al Gore strategy.
The classic. Because no one remembers an inconvenient truth, but they are gonna remember this. We'll all remember. It's like when fan terms become official. Like shiny wasn't like officially used until a few generations in.
I remember Metroidvania is now an official term.
Or kibble for Transformers.
He still has health. Why is he disappearing?
You killed him internally. It's like how kibble is using the Transformers thing now.
Well, we just did the super boss. It's not a great super boss, but you do get a lot of experience for it.
You killed the Joker, and you run the
We got
society.
ink blots for thick pharma.
You run the society, but he lives in a society.
He lives in the dream society.
You live in a society, man.
We get a new, You named 3 characters Tharma, so I had to go through the... I had to, like, find the right one.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that one. Thick pharma. We got ink blots.
You know, him...
Chance to cause confusion when attacking, attack and special attack halved. Not great.
You know, weirdly, despite being the skinniest Pharma, he's named Thick Pharma.
You should have named the pharmacist Thick Pharma.
You didn't give me any context to any of them.
Yes, I did! I said he made up a diet pill and then didn't take it. Oh, Aaron, look at my party.
It's the Pharma Trio.
It's the 3
Back at
pharmas.
last.
This party actually has awful synergy, but whatever, we'll try it out for like at least a little bit. Alright, cool, so we're back in the Camp Cuckoo.
Oh god, the kids are already chasing you. Oh god, oh no!
We also have a new enemy. This is the flying fish. This is another,
Oh, it's so cute!
This is another, also, he's resistant to electric, which as a Pokemon fan kind of baffles me.
That's illegal as a Pokemon
That's illegal.
fan. You're supposed to take it out like a Wingull. A well-placed Thunderbolt.
The flying fish is actually weak to verbal. This enemy is not too dangerous, kind of like all of these, kind of like all of the exterminator missions. Yeah, this is another exterminator mission. You need to kill enough of these flying fish to complete it.
And you will not.
I will eventually.
You will keep these fish alive.
I will do it in the last episode.
Don't you dare. I'll be more mad.
I'll use traumatic recall on the fish.
I'll be more mad at you than when you killed the Temmie in the Undertale playthrough.
Oh my god.
Oh, why was that a splat? Ooh, I didn't like that.
Is it a sound effect?
There was just a splat sound effect.
Alright.
You know the sound effect? Oh god,
My god! Why are there so many enemies? This game and its enemy spam is through the roof,
See,
I swear to
when
god.
you're at a Boy Scout or Girl Scout camp, you just stack the kids.
My god.
To get as many there as humanly possible.
Alright. Oh, we're gonna take a quick detour to get the, to do another photojournalist mission. So if you come down here, there's like a little island that's isolated from the mainland. You need the Ogopogo to get here.
Hey there.
And there she is.
She looks smaller than normal.
Yeah.
Well, she is a kid, so she is kind of small, I guess.
Well, she was normally bigger. I guess
She came out here to test her waterproof camera.
the screen is zoomed out. I was like, how did you get so small? And then I'm like, oh, everyone's small right now.
I killed another one. Now I'm about to kill a third one.
Killed them, and I'm gonna kill again. Can we pull up a Neil Breen movie and quote its entire script?
And that reminds me of this time, like, one of my favorite, like, streaming moments I've ever seen. I know this one guy named, I watched this one guy called J Smith OTI. He was doing like a 36-hour stream or something.
Oh,
no, I
God.
think it was a 72-hour stream where like a bunch of friends would come in and like he would play games with them. But he fell asleep at one point. So you know what his friends did?
Start playing Neil Breen movies.
They read the entire transcript of Pulp Fiction.
Oh, God.
And I don't remember if he woke up or not during it, but it was hilarious because like every now and then he would just hear snoring in the background.
Well done.
You know, that's the best way to mess with your friends. Like, pull up a script to a movie and read it out while they're sleeping.
Guys, if I ever do a 72-hour I have a request. If I ever do a 72-hour stream, can you please do the transcript for Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2?
I'll do that, and if you're still sleeping, I'll pull out Detective Heart of America.
Oh, we have a new, we have another, this is another, cop mission.
What are you, a
Got
cop?
a spirited greenish hue. It's not easy being greenish. This is the greenish goblin.
Oh, Spider-Man.
So, would you believe me that this was originally going to be a party member?
I would love that.
So,
Look
like,
at him.
in the original version... Wait, no. Not in the beta. I don't know if this game has a beta, but, like, in the original plans for this game, the, a Sasquatch was going to be a party member.
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Not Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, you know what I mean. Was going to be a Sasquish. Was going to be a party member. But they kind of removed the Sasquatch and put the Beekeeper in instead.
That's a terrible trade-off, actually.
Do you want to guess how I know this?
How?
Because in the sequel, the Sasquatch is a party member in that game, and he straight up tells you that. You even find him on Earth, too. He's like one of 2 party members you get from Earth.
I take my cryptids very seriously. So seriously.
This is a very... I find this fight to be a bit difficult, honestly. As per usual, so you know what that means. We're gonna Al Gore the fight.
He's so cute.
Stack a
Look at
million
that.
poisons.
The face looks like so... you know that, Lilo and Stitch, the bigger alien?
Which one is that? I know he's a boss in Kingdom Hearts.
The one with the Russian accent.
Is that the one with the gun?
Oh, a lot of them have guns. It's Lilo and Stitch.
Is that the one that, like, has, like, a weird... How do you describe the character design of Lilo and Stitch? He has, like, a spaceship for a head with, like, 2 horns as for fangs.
No, that's the orca.
Gantu was his name?
It might be.
He was a boss in Kingdom Hearts. He was an easy boss in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, God.
We should play Birth by Sleep.
We should play all of Kingdom Hearts.
One of my goals for this channel is to Let's Play every Kingdom Hearts game one day.
How many have you done? Because I've known you've done a couple.
I did. I've only done one. It was Chain of Memories.
I guess you
That's
haven't
only
done a
because
couple.
GBA games are easy to record. But when I get a capture card, I want to do the rest of them.
You know, the funniest deleted scene from Lilo and Stitch is that the big scientist alien would have attacked Lilo and Stitch with a chainsaw.
What? Wait.
And I think like an actual gun. Like an actual little human gun.
Lilo and Stitch has some ridiculous cut content in it. Have you ever seen that other scene where, like,
With the Taurus?
you have
Yeah.
the bigoted tourists like thinking they like don't know English or something, and then Lilo eats it up by going to them and going, "Rah, I'm gonna eat you all."
I think it's she goes to the beach and there's a big tidal wave coming, run! And they get out of there. Lilo and Stitch is still a great movie though, even though they cut out that scene. Which would have been hilarious,
That
but
movie, I haven't seen that movie in ages, but I hear it's aged surprisingly well.
I actually went on sort of a Disney binge recently.
Yeah. You're always going on a movie binge. Also, this is not a good battle to bring the pharmacist in. I should have de-equipped her mystery vial.
I was on a movie binge because there's so many things to watch. Yeah, but
Yeah, you didn't watch Star Wars.
I didn't watch it because I don't care. I don't care about Star Wars.
Aaron, it's like, even I've seen Star Wars. I don't watch any movies.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't seen Star Wars, but I've seen the 30s Treasure Island.
we got a photojournal. So now she actually is a photojournalist.
There we go.
So yeah, that's the Greenish Goblin.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I
Dodge quadruple defense halved.
It's like I haven't seen Star Wars, but I've seen all of the Puppet Master movies.
Oh my god.
Because my priorities are so straight. It's like, oh god.
Have you seen Page Master?
Yes, I actually rewatched that too.
I love the premise of that movie. Like, you know, you're jumping from book to book and, like, the book genres are, like, different locations.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of reminds me of, like, Borderline. I love adventures that have a lot of, like...
Buried.
Yeah, that have a lot of, like, environment diversity like that, and they use, like, crazy explanations like that for why they're there. Like, Psychonauts is another good example of this.
And you know what you know what the
But
Page
god
Master...
dang it, Page Master, I don't think it's a good movie.
But you
like,
know what the Page Master has? It has a Treasure Island segment. So I rewatched it recently.
don't they meet the adventure pirate, or the adventure book in that place?
No, they meet all like the books in one swoop, except for Horror, who they meet at the Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde castle. But Dr. Jekyll doesn't own a castle because he's a... Whatever, we're not gonna go on this.
Oh, we have a new enemy. Oh, we're in the cookie factory now.
Oh, it's the Brave Little Toaster.
No, it's the blazing little toaster.
Oh my god, it's a reference.
This enemy is not too dangerous. It has a lot of weaknesses and also a lot of resistances, so you might need to optimize your team a bit for this area. He has a normal attack, and he can also fire toast at you.
Heck yeah.
This actually kind of shoots high velocity toast at Little Pharma. This actually reminds me of like an enemy in something I'm making. It's called the Fireworks Toaster. It's just a floating toaster that shoots fireworks at you.
Heck yeah.
You get the fireworks rod from it.
Do you guys remember how terrifying the Brave Little Toaster was?
I saw a video essay about it, and yeah, that's a weird premise, especially for the time it was released. The scariest thing about that IP though is that originally the face of the toaster was on the front, was on the side. So it just kind of...
It just would have been Neptune from Adventure Time.
And then it looks like a spaceship.
I love, like, the era of people just making weird animated movies, like We're Back, a Dinosaur Story, which, I
love the era where anything anthropomorphic was just, you know, the thing with a human face on it. Like, that's...
So, watching We're Back, a Dinosaur Story with my friends, I've realized that Screw-Eye isn't a villain. He owns a circus. And then, in the end of the movie, he's eaten by crows. I mean, he also, like, forces 2 kids into, like, a contract they don't want to be into, but they were taking too long to sign it.
Oh my god.
And, like...
Tangles a quarter and Little Farm Out. I think the toaster also has that Maraca Cobra move I don't like. But, like, at this point, you should be more than good to fight these things, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and it doesn't do gradual damage. I think it just restricts you for a turn, so... They're not too dangerous.
Weird faces. How about the Rubik's Cube show?
What's the Rubik's Cube show?
I think in like the 80s they made a cartoon about a Rubik's Cube, and it's just like a normal Rubik's Cube.
Didn't they make a cartoon about Silly Bands?
That was a movie.
That was a movie.
And it wasn't Silly Bands, I think it was knockoff Silly Bands.
Ah, yes, knockoff Silly Bands Cinematic Universe. I've been watching Rebel Taxi, if you can't tell.
I always watch. Why can't
Drawn Together looks wild.
Oh god, I forgot. I'm gonna find a good picture of him.
What? Why does he have an alien head for a face?
I don't know.
Rubik's The Amazing Cube. I should splice one of these in. Every single promotional image, he's in the same pose. Can he move? Ah!
Oh, that's a Family Guy.
Is that like a Family Guy reference to it? Oh my god.
What about the show Turbo Teen, which had a great scene of a teenage boy turning into a car, and it's terrifying. It's like that also happened in Utena, but like, at least like Utena has an excuse of just being a weird show.
Why am I ordering stuff from FedUps?
Because...
For Fed Up.
Sometimes
Oh,
you might
right, because we have a
treat
ton of money now, so I can finally get all the equips that he sells. Including the gorilla suit, and I've talked time and again about why the gorilla suit is so good.
You're gonna destroy everything.
It's an equip for the school mascot that makes his normal attack lightning based. So you can either make his normal attack lightning based or his normal attack confuse enemies. Your choice. He's broken.
He's broken either way.
His normal attack that hits all enemies, by the way.
But it was me in the gorilla suit.
I love that this game has a Boy Scout cookie factory dungeon.
It's a Girl Scout cookie, Adam. Jeez.
Or Girl Scout cookie factory. No, the Danger Scout cookie factory dungeon. Wait, Boy Scouts make popcorn, yeah. Well, they didn't make the popcorn, but...
Should we flip it?
Is this the part where we talk about the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts?
We've talked about that several
Also,
times.
we just turned off the heat in the oven and we're going to walk into it now.
Time for salmonella.
Oh no.
I love that salmon vanilla.
Salmon vanilla.
Don't act the tit.
My girl just made me some Smack the Pony and leave.
Some things will always be funny. Like, I recently found one of my favorite videos, which is the Deke logo from, the Deke Network when that used to exist.
Yeah.
And so instead of the children's voice saying, Deke, it's just, like, a very, like, low-pitched man going,
I've seen that. It's like half a second long.
Yes, and I love it so much. I've just been coming across so many good videos recently.
Yeah, these enemies aren't dangerous. Like, they're just walking toasters. Oh, it dropped bread, because of course it did.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread. I think you can make hamburgers with the bread, so...
Oh, don't you dare make hamburgers with plain white bread.
Cookie.
Hyper Child 2.0.
I don't think that's a child.
This is a child. I am a human child.
Is this the shape of a child?
We should screenshot this and post. Someone screenshot this and posted on Totally Not Robots. Like, I know Marshall Does Stuff did a video on that once. God, I'm referencing every YouTuber today. Like,
let's reference every Reddit YouTuber because
Reddit YouTuber.
Because you know how that genre is. I can't make fun of it because I watch them because they like background noise. And also some
I
of
think
them
that was a
edit good.
machine. Good, I didn't lose a future voter.
Oh,
he doesn't
God.
care. He killed a kid as long as he didn't kill a future voter. And we get a smoke bomb for Fireboy.
Very good.
Chance to cause burn with her attacks.
Honey, that's
her
the
attacks that
opposite.
also burn. And that's the end of
And
the
then
episode.
the universe just ended, and they all died.
It's like the end of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. To the point that you wonder if, like, there was meant to be more, but they ran out of budget, so they figured they'd end it in a comedic way.
There was a post once that Holy Grail is just a big D&D campaign, and the ending of it is just the DM getting really upset with all of his players. They're like, okay, and then all the cops come and arrest you.
Okay, that's great. Alright, we'll see you folks next time where we finish the cookie dungeon.
Bye.